What's going on, guys? It's Mr. DEBT Joe Lork from the Money Etiquette Group, and today I want to talk about small business entrepreneurship, business ownership. I want to talk about it because a lot of people these days are starting their own businesses, whether it's a side hustle or full-time. A lot of people are starting businesses, and I'm not going to discourage you from doing so. I'm not here to be negative, but I want to paint an accurate picture of entrepreneurship. Here's what I mean. A lot of people these days are about speaking positive affirmations in the morning, getting positive messages, having people in their corner and surround them that's going to speak positivity. All that is good. But if that isn't balanced with realistic viewpoints, whether it's internal or external, it can be problematic. Think about this for a second, okay? The SBA put out that, of course, within the first year, 20% of businesses fail. Within the second year, 30%, fifth year, 50%, and 10 years, 70%. Now, a lot of people would say, well, what does that mean? That means that within the first year, 90% or 80% of businesses succeed. Then the second year, 70%, fifth year, half. And of course, by the 10th year, only 30%. So if you make it through those first 5 years, you have a good chance of doing so. I mean, being in the top 50%. However, I think you should just have a realistic approach and look at why businesses fail. Not so much thinking you're going to fail, but why businesses fail. The first, or not in order, but the first reason that a lot of businesses fail, I speak about it a lot, is debt. When your business and your idea is leveraged with debt, but the profits don't match, the revenues don't match, you're in trouble. When you try to be fancy really fast, you try to, get a whole team and staff without producing anything. When you try to get an office space and you don't need an office space. When you try to get a company vehicle and you don't need a company vehicle. All these things a lot of people start doing and start acquiring before actually building the business. The first few years of your business, you do need to raise capital, but you also don't want to raise too much debt because that debt will leverage you for years. The reason that 70% of businesses fail within 10 years is because debt catches up to you. It may take you through the first 5 years, but when your finances aren't balanced and when you take on too much debt in the beginning, believe me, it's going to catch up to you. Some businesses are far too leveraged on 1, 2, 3, or 4 customers. So if someone dies, someone gets sick, someone moves, a lifestyle change occurs, and then all of a sudden your business is in dire needs. So before really stepping out there and making sure your entire lifestyle depends on your business, make sure you have enough income coming from different people. Another reason is some businesses and some people refuse to change with the times. Now think about it from this aspect. We live in an entrepreneur's dream time, okay? You can use Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. You can use all these marketing tools, which will actually give you marketing data, real-time, live marketing data. When I put out videos, I just want y'all to know in the background, when I put out videos, I'm not just putting out videos to put out videos. Yeah, I like to give you good information. I like to sell my brand and I like to help people. But I'm also looking at the data. I'm seeing what comes in. I'm seeing what demographics respond best to my material. I'm seeing who doesn't like it. I'm seeing what ages, what race, what part of the country, what part of the world. All this information is out there for you. And I can tell you, I graduated college with a marketing degree. And I can tell you from the time I graduated in school and got my bachelor's degree to now, the ability to access this information is unlike any other time that I've been alive. Okay? It was much more difficult when I was in school and graduated to acquire this type of data because of the cost of acquiring this type of data. And now it's readily available for everyone. And it doesn't cost you much. That's what Facebook ads are really about. That's what YouTube advertising is really about. It's not just about reaching thousands of people. It's about getting to know your market, which is reason number 4 that most businesses fail, because they fail to know their market and the market. They're not adjusting to the times and using these tools, so the competition is getting a leg up. But they're also not understanding who their customer is and what they want. See, when you're an entrepreneur, when you're building a business, okay, customers dictate what you do. Yes, you do have morals, you do have standards, but you're trying to sell a service or a product to people. So you got to get to know the people. Here's a big one, and this is one I battle with too. You also can't stand in the way of your own business too much. A lot of us entrepreneurs like to get stuff done, so we don't like to depend on other people to get stuff done. Well, if you get sick, what happens? If you get in an accident, what happens? When you are building a business can operate when it's successful without you for at least a period of time. Your business is truly successful when it can operate without you being there day to day because you've duplicated yourself or you've just put people in position to help you out. So make sure the business isn't over leveraged by yourself. And also make sure you build the right team. Here's the biggest reason, though. I'm going to go to number 6, but here's the biggest reasons that businesses fail. Because the leaders have a false perception of time. They believe that this is going to be a microwave. You know, this entire ordeal of their business doing well is going to have a microwave effect. This takes time. Okay, it takes time to build followings. It's a crowded market. It's noisy out here. It takes time to produce quality products. It takes time to really learn and understand what you're doing. Now, even though my business is only 3 to 4 years old, understand that I started this business technically 8 years ago after I wrote my first book, Did Everything But Think. So I've been in this for a while. I just formally stepped away from, let's just say, corporate America and started doing my own thing within the last 3 to 4 years. All right, guys, again, that's my little DEBT debt tip of the day, you know, my little piece that I want to offer you guys. Any other entrepreneurs out there, let me know what you think.